Are you wondering how you're going to keep your kids busy and entertained while staying home every single day this summer? I am a stay-at-home mom. I have 6 kids with baby number 7 arriving in July. I also own 3 businesses that I run out of my home on the side so that I can raise my kids. I'm going to show you my tips and tricks of how I keep my kids busy and entertained while using their time productively during their summer break. Watch to the very end and I will show you the biggest thing that we implemented that finally made the difference. Tip number 1, schedule out your weeks and theme your days. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Start by everybody making their summer bucket list. What activities do we want to do this summer? What house projects do we want to complete this summer? What are our goals that we want to accomplish? Have your whole family make their lists and then sit down and actually schedule them in. Decide what day you're going to dedicate to each thing and then actually put it on the calendar where your whole family can see it and will keep you accountable. Theme your days. So for me, I'm gonna dedicate 1 day a week to take turns teaching my kids how to cook. I'll do oldest to youngest. So the first week, I'll sit down with my oldest and he is gonna tell me what he wants to learn how to cook for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 1 day this week. He is gonna make sure that we have all of the ingredients and he is gonna cook it with my help and supervision, of course. And I'll take turns doing this with each of my kids each week. So I'm gonna dedicate Wednesdays to kids cooking days. I also have a list of home projects that I need the kids' help to complete. So I'm gonna dedicate Mondays to house projects because Mondays we have the most energy and motivation to get things done. I also wanna dedicate 1 day a week to get out of the house and do a field trip with the kids. I'm gonna choose Fridays for that because I feel like after spending all week in the house, it'll be nice to get out and do something fun. I theme my days so my kids know exactly what to expect. And because if there are things that you want to do this summer and you just say, oh, I'll get to it, but you don't actually schedule it in, what usually happens is life goes on, time goes by, and before you know it, summer's over and you've got nothing done. Pick what days work best for you, theme them, and put them on your calendar. My weekdays will be themed like this. Monday will be a house project. Tuesday will be any computer work or editing that I have to do. Wednesday will be kids cooking days. Thursdays will be filming or editing. Friday will be our field trip day. Saturday will be miscellaneous, whatever we need to get done, that's what we'll do it. Sundays will be rest and plan out the next week. Tip number 2, snack. I am restocking my snacks with lots of fruits and veggies as well as chips and crackers and other treats. And with all 6 of my kids home all day, every day, they will go through my stockpile in 2 days if I let them. So for the summer, we come up with some ground rolls. We have 2 different snack options. We have the fruit and veggie basket, which includes the snack drawer in the fridge that are always open, always available whenever the kids want. Then we have the pantry snack that are a little less healthy, like crackers and granola bars and other things. What usually happens is the kids will go through the pantry snacks in a day and leave the fruits and veggies untouched and then say, oh mom, we ran out of snacks. So to prevent that from happening, we have designated snack times that the pantry snacks are open. And before they can eat something from the pantry, they have to pick a fruit or vegetable and eat that first. This is to help them fill up on healthier snacks, and then the treat is just an afterthought. We have our designated snack times in between the meals, and those are the only 3 times that the pantry snacks are open. But like I said, the kids have free range to the fruit and veggie baskets, and they can have as much as they want whenever they want. Tip number 3, checklist and reward system. If you find that your kids tend to go straight to the TV right when they wake up those summer mornings, or they start bugging and teasing the other kids just because they're bored, it's because they don't know what they should be spending their time on instead. And I can't sit there and hold their hand and tell each of them what to do next all day long. That is a full-time job. So instead, I made them a checklist that has everything that they need to do all day long, so that when they wake up, they know exactly what they should be doing and they know exactly what to do next. Even if they wake up before me, which in the summer, they probably will. We've tried several different checklists in the past. We've tried the do-dot system, the flipping checklist, the clipboard and marker chore charts, and they all worked fine, but the do-dots were choking hazards, so I couldn't have it low enough for the kids to reach. I'd have to pull it down every time one of the kids wanted to do it. With the flipping checklist or the clipboard and marker system, the kids would bring them around the house and lose them, and then they couldn't do it. But I got the Skylight calendar for Christmas 6 months ago, and it has been amazing for our family. Before we got it, we had half of the stuff on the do-dot system, and then the other half on the flipping checklist. But I feel like this just brings it all into one place that the kids can reach by themselves, that they can't bring with them around the house and lose. And it's fun to them because it's a screen and they get to go check it off. And everything on here are things that everybody should be doing on a daily basis anyways. This is the system that we use. All of the kids have their own checklists, and I can even pull them up on my phone and see how they're doing throughout the day. We start with our AM routine. We start with the kids saying, tell mom and dad good morning, new day, new clothes, make your bed, so clean your bedroom area. We divided up the bedroom and gave each of the kids their own area so that if all the kids do their area, then their bedroom will be clean. Do personal prayers, take their vitamins, brush and floss teeth, fix their hair, and that's the morning routine. If they finish all of those, they get a ticket for that. Then we have our getting to level 2 routine. The level 2 came from our doodah system, and we just call it that because that's what the kids are used to. Basically, it's the extra things that you work on to build healthy habits and skills that earn the kids rewards, screen time, and extra things. We have a morning zone. That's like a morning job. Each of the kids are different. So Jamie will clean and vacuum upstairs, hallway, and stairs. Corey's is the dogs. Josiah is the chickens. Emma is the pantry. Gwen is the upstairs bathroom. And you could actually have each day be different. You see on Jamie, I have him do clean and vacuum upstairs, hallways, and stairs on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. On Monday, Wednesday, Friday, then he does the other upstairs bathroom because we have 2 upstairs bathrooms. So you can customize it and do different morning zones each day. With the morning zones, I basically just looked at every single room in the house and found the ones that weren't being done daily and put them on somebody's list at least weekly under the morning zones. Next, they have church. They have to either do scriptures for 20 minutes or watch a church movie. Then they have to do some kind of schoolwork for 20 minutes. That can either be a school book, and I found these awesome ones at Costco for the little kids, and then I ended up getting some other ones for the bigger kids on Amazon. For school, we also have these magic pens or magic books that help them with handwriting. As you can see, it is engraved so they can get used to writing it the right way. These are called magic pens, so they will disappear so that you can reuse the book over and over and over. So all the kids share the same book, the pen will disappear after a while. So they can do it each day and get their handwriting practice in. Some of the items have a time on them. Each kid will do it at their own pace, so they'll go grab their own timer and they'll set it for each item that they're doing. Next is practice time. They have to do 20 minutes of some kind of thing that they're practicing. Everybody's doing something different. It can be piano, it can be practicing basketball outside, shooting hoops, trumpet. For my little toddler, his practice time is reading. So he will sit down with me and read a book. I will help him read every word. He'll just copy me. So everyone's practice time is different. Next, you need at least 30 minutes of outdoor exercise, and that's just playing outside. And during the winter, we did exercise videos inside, or we had the Next Playground gaming system that they did. Basically making sure that they are exercising every part of their brain. Here's where our nighttime routine starts. So we have our family night jobs. This is non-negotiable, has to be done every single day. Even if you don't do anything else on your checklist, this has to be done. They have to either bath or wash up. Bath every other night, get the PJs on, find school clothes for the next day. Now that it is summer, we can take that off. Brush your teeth and floss, personal prayers. And then did mom check you off? They have to come to me and say, I got to level 2, can you check me off? I will check their jobs, make sure their jobs are done correctly. I will go through this list and double check that they didn't forget anything, because sometimes I say, oh, I forgot that. I go through and make sure they actually did each thing on this list, and then if they did, then I will check them off. If they get all 3 checklists done, they get to level 2. They can get a ticket for doing their morning routine, getting to level 2, and their PM routine. So if they start in the morning and then don't finish throughout the day, they still get a ticket for their morning routine. If they wake up late or tired and they don't want to do their morning routine, but they do their nighttime routine, they still get a ticket for that. If they complete all 3 checklists, they get to level 2 and can spend 20 minutes on a screen game, whether that's PlayStation, computer games, iPad, Game Boys, whatever they want. As far as TV goes, in the summer, we don't turn it on before lunchtime unless it's to watch a church movie. We do use it for the older kids while the younger kids are napping. And if we want to do a family movie night, we don't put a limit on that because that's family time. But as far as the personalized individual screens, they don't do those unless they get to level 2. ever. And they set a timer. During the school months, it was 15 minutes. In the summer, it's 20. We do this for 2 reasons. First of all, I want the kids to learn that they don't spend their time on screen games until they have completed everything else that they need to do. And second, when they spend their time on these things, that it should be done in moderation. I know it looks like a long list. I wanted to reward the kids even if they don't finish the entire thing, especially for those busy days where they're in school most of the day, because I don't want them to think, well, if I can't finish it, then it's not worth starting. Because like I said, it is things that they should be doing every day anyway. So we also have a ticket system to earn other rewards. The ways they can earn tickets: number 1, finishing their AM routine. Number 2, getting to level 2. 3, finishing their PM routine. 4, starting their checklist without me having to tell them. And they only get that one if they actually finish and get to level 2 that day. And 5, if an older child helps a younger child to complete their checklist. So they can potentially earn 5 tickets every single day if they wanted to. The little kids have this shorter track and the older kids have a longer one because they usually do it every day. If they get to this circle, they earn a prize from the store, which is a treat that's less than $5. If they get here, they earn a stay awake time where they stay up an extra 20 minutes after the kids go to bed and they get to play a game with mom or dad. And if they get to the very end, they earn a one-on-one outing with mom or dad. We take turns each time. That's when we take them out to dinner and then to an activity that they chose, like bowling or to the movies or to an arcade. It just gives us a chance to talk to them and spend that one-on-one time with them. If we are behind on our list, then sometimes we will bring 2 kids at a time, but no more than that. I know you might be asking, well, how do you get your kids to actually want to do their checklists? And I will say, find what motivates them. For my kids, it's games and screen time. They wake up and they start it by themselves. I don't have to remind them to stay busy or to keep going because they want the reward at the end. They want to earn tickets because they want to do one-on-one times with mom and dad. Second, the rewards and consequences are non-negotiable. Be consistent and be firm with the rules that you set up. I do not force my kids to do their checklist. I will not remind them during the day to do their checklist. If they want the reward of watching TV or playing screen games, they have to take on that responsibility themselves and they have to be the one to do it. Yes, there are times when they don't do it or they want to spend their time on something else that day, and that's fine. But when they ask, can we watch a movie? I ask, did you get to level 2? Or they say, can I play the iPad or the PlayStation? I ask, did you get to level 2? If they say no, then the answer is no. Not till you get to level 2. You must be firm and you can't ever give in on that. Or the kids will learn if they ask enough times, eventually you'll say yes without them having to do their checklist. If they want it bad enough, they will start doing it on their own. So find what they want. Obviously, I'm not talking about any of their basic needs. Those should be a given. But find what motivates them and what prizes they want. Maybe get them a new game that they've been wanting to try and tell them they can only play it once they get to level 2. And then praise the kids that do choose to do it. Show the other kids how awesome it is to get to level 2. And if they choose not to do it that day, they can't watch the other kids that did earn it play. And when they do decide to do it, praise them. Say, see how awesome it is? See how easy it is to get to level 2? You could do this every single day if you wanted to. And plant that in their mind that they want to get to level 2. And it's not hard. It's easy. Like I said, I do not force my kids to do it. If they want the rewards, they have to choose to do it. The only thing on the checklist that is non-negotiable and must be done every single day is the nighttime jobs. Every kid has to do their part to keep our house clean each night. That is one thing that finally clicked for me, that changed everything and helped us to end the day with a clean house every single day. Years ago, this is how it went. Our house would get so messy and it would take us over an hour to clean it up. And the next night we would be like, oh, the house is still pretty clean. There's a couple things here and there, but it's not that bad. And we wouldn't clean. And the next night life would happen. Either we would have a late event that made so we didn't get home until bedtime, or someone was sick, so we didn't end up cleaning. And by the next night, we now had 3 days worth of messes. And when you have a lot of small kids at home, after 3 days, it looks like a tornado hit your house. And once again, you're left with this big giant mess that you don't want to deal with. So you either put it off for another night or it takes you hours to clean up. Let me know in the comments, have you ever been stuck in that cycle? Well, we used to be, until I took a parenting class from my sister-in-law, who is a parenting coach. Something she said made it finally click in my mind that we don't just clean when it's a giant mess. We clean even when it's clean. We clean every single night, even though our house is not that bad. If we clean every single night, it only takes us 15 minutes because every night it's not that bad. We never let it get to the giant mess. Every night we go to bed with a clean home. Yeah, during the day, we have 8 people living here. It gets messy, it gets unorganized, it gets lived in. But every night, it's an easy cleanup to just clean up from the day. And every night, by the time we go to sleep, our house is clean. I know that sounds so simple, but it didn't click in my mind until someone had said it to me. So hopefully, me saying it now will help someone else. One thing I will say is it doesn't matter what system you have in place. If you aren't consistent, it will not work. A lot of people will see a system and be like, I need that. Or they'll say, I need to set up my system. I can't do it until I set up my system. And then they take all this time setting up their system and it lasts a week and then it doesn't work because they stopped, because they weren't consistent with it. Whatever system you choose, make sure it is realistic and something that you can stick to consistently. And that's one reason why I choose not to force my kids to do it every day, because I've tried that. It doesn't work. It's like pulling teeth and a very stressful full-time job to keep every kid busy on their checklist all day long, which defeats the purpose of having a checklist because the checklist is supposed to free you up so you can go do what you need to do. So instead, I made so it wasn't something that they had to do, but it was something that they wanted to do. And you might say, now they won't do it unless they get a reward. And I'm thinking, I don't care. It's getting done. The house is clean and I don't have to lift a finger. I am happy to reward them for that. They worked hard. I want them to earn tickets because I want to take them out on a one-on-one day. And one of the biggest things, I'm getting ready to have baby number 7 in July, and all the kids will be home with me. I need a system that will run without me there. I need a system that the kids can do by themselves. Obviously, I will be there if they need help, but teaching the older kids to help the younger kids so that it all runs smoothly, even if I'm in another room, is amazing. And like I said, I will gladly reward the kids for that. If you found any of these tips helpful, please hit that subscribe button and share this video with a friend. It only takes a second of your time and it really helps me out. And thank you for watching.